Good evening to one and all as you join us here at Sydney Parade. Today's Wednesday's clash sees the women's thirds welcoming Clontarf in an eagerly awaited league clash. Well, it was eagerly awaited by 4 of you in the waiting room anyway. Hope you've joined us. Hope you enjoy tonight's coverage. It appears that summer is thinking about making a revisit. The rain seems to have passed for this evening. I believe it's going to chuck down tomorrow, and then we'll see what the weekend brings. Well, somebody has won the toss, and Pembroke are batting. Susie Whaley to face the first ball. Nicely played away on the offside. There is a boundary sweeper out there. There she is. 1 run on the board. Susie Whaley underway. Susie Whaley and Becca Gallagher, the opening pair for Pembroke, and Jay Blake opening the bowling for Clontarf. 1 off 1. That's wide. Gallagher gets a bat on it. It runs away past the short third. It's running down towards the boundary. And indeed, it has reached the flower beds and the hedges and will record the first boundary of the evening. So yes, in what is proving to be quite a quiet week. This is the only game on in Sydney Parade during the week. Functions on the ground the next 2 nights. Another ball just on the offside, just played out into the ring, and that is the first dot of the day. The Pembroke officials tonight, Anna Bill currently standing at square leg. As Becca Gallagher plays another one out in the offside. Another one fielded for another dot ball. Yeah, Anna Bill umpiring. And tonight's scorer, Graham Mooney. Graham is just on the top of your screen, what we would traditionally call right behind the bowler's arm. This one played away again. Almost straight to the fielder, but a slight misfield lets Becca Gallagher get through for another single. Six on the board. And what's very good from Blake is no extras. We often see in the lower leagues that control not quite there. And that's a nice shot by Whaley, square of the wicket. Another single picked up. And with that, she will retain the strike, and at the end of the first over, the score has moved on to 7 without loss. Getting away with that one on that occasion. On another day, that would have seen her back on her way. But as it is, she survives the first over. Susie Whaley, of course, who has sort of entered the run scoring charts this year. A century for Pembroke and a century for her school just before that. So certainly coming into her own this year. Sophie Lawless now to bowl the second over. Of course, the regulations in this division means that you only need 4 bowlers who can each bowl 5 overs. This time defending the good ball that's on the stumps, and quite wisely so. Played nicely down the ground, decides to take on the fielder and does so successfully. Good backing up. Keeps it just a single. This one on the full, pulled round the corner, and Becca Gallagher to pick up the second over of the evening. Second boundary even. Super shot, was onto it very early, full toss on the leg side and put it away quite nicely. Sophie Lawless to close out the second over. Another one just sliding down the leg side. That will conclude the over, and the score after 2 has gone up to 12 without loss. And Pembroke going along very nicely at a runner ball. Well, there are clouds in the sky, and there's sort of misty clouds as well. But I think we're going to certainly have a good game. The wind coming more from the south today. Southwest. West, southwest? One of those two anyway. Nights, evenings getting longer and longer. Great to see, especially when there is sunshine around. That comment made by one Gordon Clark. No, you weren't. We'll leave Gordon and his comments to one side. This one goes straight through Susie Whaley, missing the stumps as well. And that's got up on the stumps. Whaley playing down the wrong line, and she departs 3 from 8. You see it again. She's just played inside that, and it's gone on and hit middle stump. Front foot perhaps coming down, opening up a little bit. First wicket to Clontarf then, and they'll be prizing that one. As I say, Susie Whaley in some vein of form this season. And I'm sure she'll bounce back from that. New back coming out to the middle. Another one who insists on wearing her protective wear outside. I think the club are going to have to issue a memo, a directive. And it looks like a change of bat is required already. So Blake picking up her first wicket, 1 for 7 now from 7 deliveries. Blake into the Pembroke number 3. That's nicely played round to the leg side. There is a fielder who will come round and collect it, but Sims off the mark. And Pembroke needed that. He needs to keep the scoreboard ticking over very early on in their innings. Pressure will be ramped up now on Becca Gallagher, the other opener. Not pressure that will bother her though. Years of experience. Sees that one going down the leg side, tries to help it on its way. Misses it on this occasion, and at the end of the 3rd over, just 1 run and 1 wicket. Pembroke 13 for 1 off 3. There is a bit of a breeze this evening. Junior nets are on behind me, hence a bit of the noise that you may be able to pick up. Ground mic's working well this evening. Lawless to start her 2nd over. First one just went for 5 runs. That's a nice floaty length, awkward to deal with down the leg side. Gets away with it, not a wide. Good start then for Lawless, another dot ball. Good loud call, sees them get, oh, and she's out. Well, it was the sort of shot whereby you thought there was a run to be had. It wasn't the case. And now Lawless joining the wicket takers. Sims departs for just the 1 run. Here is the replay. Front leg has come away, and that leaves no power in the shot, just the swing of the bat, and it went up in the air and came down into the grateful hands of Clontarf fielder. 13 for 2 then. Anna Sims it was, who has come and gone. You're only just short of putting it on the table as well. Evening. Live scoring will have caught up soon enough. That goes down the leg side, is left alone by Ryan. Stella Ryan it is, the new bat. And Becca Gallagher's 3rd partner. We're in the 4th over. Clontarf must be feeling good about this. It seemed to be hit onto her pads, but the appeal came in nevertheless. Missed by the wicket-keeper. Gallagher seizes upon the opportunity and picks up a bye. That'll bring her on to strike. Evening, Joe. How are you?
I'm good.
15 for 2 now. Make that 16. One ball to come in the over. Gallagher now into double figures. And another wicket. Lawless picks up her second. Ryan departs. "16 for 2 now." And that's the end. Sorry, 16 for 3. And that is the end of the 4th over. And Pembroke batters coming and going. And that is the end of Ryan. Faced 3 deliveries and she was bowled by Lawless without scoring. Partnership of 3 though. But 2 wickets in the over. And now 3 wickets down. Pembroke very much on the back foot. And the whistle goes. Tag rugby underway. Niall taking the opportunity tonight to try a few things out. New bat out to the middle. It will be Gallagher facing that final wicket, or 3rd wicket, falling on the final ball of the over. And a good evening to our viewers. Unsurprisingly, Blake into her 3rd over. Things very definitely going the way of Clontarf this evening. You may see on YouTube, if you go to a few of the live games we've had, I've started putting clips together. Did it for the Estonians game. And also there's a couple on the Pembroke 6 versus Adamstown game, including the game-winning runs from James Cresswell. Not too many of you on the live chat this evening, but I hope you're hearty and well. And as I say, the weather, well, it's turning for the good tonight. Let's hope it's good at the weekend. Gallagher plays this one down the ground, calls her partner through. Jay Doak. Becker continuing to change partners. With the regularity of a prom queen at prom. Everybody wants to dance with her today. That's a nice shot in the air, but it's going to go straight back to the bowler, and another wicket falls, and Pembroke now 4 down. Doak departs without scoring. Score 17 for 4. And those 2 boundaries that came in the first 2 overs, well, very much a memory now. Pembroke 17 for 4. They were 12 without loss. That's when the wickets started a-tumbling. Gallagher standing tall, 11 not out, out of the total of 17. Just the 2 extras. Very disciplined bowling from these 2 from Clontarf. Good call from Becca Gallagher. Helping her partner out as much as she can. Survives the over. 5 gone now. 17 for 4. One suspects that this Pembroke team lacking in experience, apart obviously from Becca Gallagher, now joined by Niamh Jennings, another bat with plenty of experience. And here is that wicket again, caught and bowled. And 6 over begins. Blake now 2 for 9. Seems to be a race between these 2 bowlers as Lawless comes in 2 for 7. Gallagher chasing a wide one, forces it back down the track. High one, and Gallagher plays it round the corner. There is a fielder chasing after it, but there we go, the return of the boundaries. Pembroke will be very grateful for that, takes them into the 20s. Sophie Lawless's figures, 2 for 11 now. Still, it's come from 16 deliveries, so I don't think she'll be too upset, and neither will her captain. Go outside. And Gallagher bowled, and she departs just after hitting that 4. Becca Gallagher departs for 15. Score 21 for 5. And this is how she departed. It just took enough movement to take it past the bat, no footwork, and as a result, Gallagher finds herself heading back to the dressing rooms. Well, Becca Gallagher had seen 5 different partners before she too departed. Those 3 4s helping her to get to 15 before she was bowled by Sophie Lawless for those 15 runs, and the score, well, 21 for 5. Not ideal from a Pembroke point of view. We saw the boundary from Gallagher, or we thought that perhaps that was the start of a renaissance. And Lawless, well, Lawless has done the business again. Good boy. Norris with one ball left in her third over. Be looking to collect more wickets. 3 for 11 now. And Marissa Whaley joining Neve Jennings. Youth given its chance at the top of the innings. And after 6, the score 21 for 5. Tell you how sad I am these days now. After the Estonians game, I went and sat in the back garden with my phone and watched the end of it back again. Nice swinging ball. It looks like, why would you change the bowling? It's going so well. But I was listening to it with noise cancellation headphones. And it's amazing because you could hear conversations going all around you, and even in the back garden I thought there was somebody sitting behind me chatting. This one played away on the offside. Jennings gets one, we'll look for the second. 2 onto the total. Two for Neve Jennings. Hannah Lee bowling from the St John's end. This one in the air, clears the fielder in the ring, is going to run down. There are 3 fielders and it reaches the boundary. Neve Jennings lifting it over the ring, picking up a boundary, and that's just what Pembroke needed. Every run a big help at this stage. Just the 4th boundary of the innings and possibly the best of the lot. Lifted over the fielder, here into the fence on Cyril's way. Dot ball follows up. 6 coming from the over so far. Pembroke will be delighted. Nice action from Lee. That one goes a little wide though. Great cricket to watch. See the development game by game of players. And I think Hannah Lee has certainly the action and the movement of the ball into the right-hander that could cause problems. Jennings again trying to play away on the offside. That finishes the over. The score has moved on to an amazing 28 for 5 from a Pembroke point of view. They were 12 without loss. But these two now, courtesy of that boundary from Neve Jennings, well, they've already put on 7 and done it in just an over. So Whaley now to face the 8th over. Pembroke going along at a very steady 4 and over. It'll be a change of bowling at the nursery end. Lily Pointer on at the nursery end. Good length, getting the ball right down the wicket. shot. Nice shot, sir. This one a bit shorter, steered away on the offside. Whaley calls for the quick single quickly, and it's safely home. Off the mark. Jennings now on strike. Corporate function here earlier on. There's currently a pizza van just in Michael Sharp corner. Luckily enough, it's facing away from play. And Whaley calling through again. That's good calling. That's alert. Known for her loud, decisive calling. Really can add to a team's total just from good running. Another one played around the corner. This time there's a fielder there who does stop it, although she seems surprised to have done so. Another single. Score creeping ahead now. Again, good decisive call from Jennings. Took the few steps in case there was a run there, but when she saw the fielder, immediately called no. Batting, well, I would say outside off at the moment. And swings it around to leg. There is a fielder that gets to the fielder. Whaley again using her speed. Gets through. Another single to Jennings. And at the end of the 8th over, the score has gone on to 33 for 5. And that was the first over we've had today that didn't have a boundary or a wicket. All action cricket down here at the Sydney Parade today. Jennings again with a firm stroke on the offside, nicely fielded. Short trip over the East Link today for Clontarf. Again, well defended. Nice movement for Lee on that occasion. Right around the front, right around the front. You won't be on camera, I promise you. And another wicket. This time it's Neve Jennings who departs. Neve Jennings, well made 7. Score now 33 for 6. And Lee has picked up her first wicket. You have to say, Clontarf very much in the driving seat here in this league clash between the two teams. I'd go right around the front. Thank you. It's all right. It's on the other camera anyway. Oh, right onto the toes of the bowler in the nets. That's going to be painful. Ash Carthy now heading out to the middle. Ash Carthy and Marissa Whaley. Ash coming in at number 8 today. Another person who has spent a huge amount of time, loves her cricket, hockey goalkeeper during the winter, but always makes her way back down to Pembroke. Nice to see Ash moving her feet, getting moving. And Hannah Lee picks up a wicket maiden. And the score remains on 33, but now Pembroke find themselves with 6 wickets down. Still a few stragglers from the White Claw function today. Actually a bigger company than I thought it would be. Lily Pointer then to continue from the nursery end. Yeah, junior nets tonight. Lucy Pointer, a very tidy over. White Claw is today's function, and that horse box is a pizza oven. Carthy plays one into the offside and picks up a single. Ash Carthy. It is? Well, it's a pizza horse box. It's there for the function, but you might be able to just sneak in and get one. Point is over, 2 comes from it. The score now 35 for 6.
I thought you were coming in here, Stella. I thought you were coming in to take a seat. Right there. So close. So close.
Carthy again. Oh, great effort at point to take the catch. Burst through a hand. It was hit with some pace. Carthy picks up another run. So do Pembroke. But here, just to see this again. Crashes it out. Front foot going across and the hand goes up, but it just bursts through the single hand. Ash the Bash. Well, Marissa Whaley now to face. And no ball signalled. Graham thought he was going to be commentating today, and then he thought he was going to be umpiring, and now he's scoring. Carthy again, big swing of the bat, to no effect, dot ball. As we enter the second half of this innings. Oh, well adjusted by Ash. She thought that one was there to be hit, but then saw it coming back in and just changed the shot at the very last moment. Good work, Ash. Another one that's coming back into the bat. Marissa Whaley sets off and has to go back again. More calling. I'm sure there's some up above. Or it's a trip up to the garage and get a muffin as well. I think again, looking to add to her run total. It's another dot. 11 are gone. He's scoring. Anna Beale. And just while Anna Beale takes up position, we'll have a quick look at what is not a particularly pretty scorecard. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 15. 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 because of extras. And these two have scored 6 between them. Niamh Jennings scored 7, and then Becca Gallagher scored 15. Lucy Pointer to continue. A late flash of the bat there, no foot movement. Got to get your feet moving. Think of it as if you were playing tennis. You'd step across to play your forehand. You'd step to where it made most sense for you to hit the ball. Well dug out. Carthy keen to look for the run. Don't think Whaley was entirely sure. She knew where the ball was. No sign of Simon at the window tonight. But there is a sign of Lily Pointer being played by Whaley round to the leg side. Through for the run. Another one played away by Ash Carthy, straight to the fielder, no run taken. 2 balls remaining in the over, 39 for 6. Pembroke going along just over 3 1/3 and over. 10 every 3 overs, I think that. Oh, and Pointer picks up a wicket as Carthy finally flashes over the top of one. Wasn't to be. She departs for 2. Ash Carthy for 2 with the score on 39 for 7. And another wicket, and Lily Pointer joins the ranks of the wicket takers. 1 for Lee, 1 for Pointer, and then 3 for Lawless and 2 for Blake. Here is this wicket again. Ash Carthy heading back to the pavilion on the basis of that shot. The front leg really taken away, and then it was just left for Pointer to hit the stumps. 2 from 14 from Carthy. And Pembroke now, well, The question really will be, will they reach? A half century as a team. Pointer with one ball left in her third over. She'll be buoyed by taking a wicket. Gets this one on the stumps. Bronwyn Boyd it is, who's gone out to the middle. 39 for 7. Bronwyn Boyd, Marissa Whaley. Well, Ash Carthy, Marissa Whaley managed to put on 6. Marissa Whaley and Neve Jennings managed to put on 12, equaling that highest part. Well, equaling the highest partnership, which was Gallagher and Whaley at the top of the innings. Pembroke have hit 4 fours in this innings. Clontarf have actually bowled exceptionally well. No run taken, wide signalled. A welcome run for Pembroke. We're into the 13th over now. Hannah Lee into her 4th. 1 for 10 for her. Nice tidy figures. Good ball. An appeal. Not given. Well, the Clontarf bowlers are going to feel good about their figures today. Just 40 runs conceded in this, the 13th over. Not out from the umpire. Whaley survives. Oh, the pizza oven's gone. Not often you see a pizza horse box. Played away on the leg side, a yes-no, a hesitation, but no fielder close enough to take advantage. Another run for Whaley, another run for Pembroke. And now Boyd left with 2 balls left to face in this over, the 13th. No sign of the sun now. Best all you can see is sunbeams bursting through little holes in clouds off in other parts of the city. It's that sort of weather that makes a mockery. One to come, makes a mockery of all this continental seating outside restaurants and bars. Would you like a seat outside, sir? No, I live in Dublin. Good ball, nicely played away. And Bronwyn Boyd gets through for a single. And that will cheer her up. And Marissa Whaley at the other end to offer guidance. 42 for 7. 13 overs gone. Just 7 more overs maximum in this innings. Ah, I've seen what the problem is with this table now.
Which is?
Have a look under there and you'll see. We just need 2 screws. I noticed it was a bit too... But 2 screws and it will be fixed. Whaley calling through for the bye. Boyd gets down the non-striker's end. It is a new bowler at this end. Iris Cooney. Oh, thrown down the leg side, that's going to be signalled a wide. Whaley thinks about perhaps asking for a single. Not to be. Left arm over. And a bit of turn there as well for her. Too much tag rugby on. Whaley attempting to sweep that one. Getting a bit cooler now. The evening's starting to draw in, I suspect. Nice delivery. Nice bit of movement for Cooney. And nice return from the field. 46 for 7. A good over for Pembroke, that. 4 runs, and they didn't lose a wicket. What, double the score at 14, is it now? I think Pembroke will bite you. They'd bite your hand off for that right now. Battened, but chatting in the middle. Just a few words of encouragement. James, a shame you're not here. Would have made my job a lot easier having you to chat to. 46 for 7. Yes, distinct lack of darts. James saying the dart's not working. I just realised we haven't heard anything going past. I did get stuck at Lansdowne for an awful long time today. I wonder if there's anything in the news. Oh, Ballamina's on fire. Brian Wilson's passed away. Nicely played away. Whaley keeping out the good ball. All services remain suspended between Lansdowne Road and Dunleary. Services operating between Hoath and Malahide to Lansdowne and between Greystones to Dunleary. Dublin Bus will. All services are currently suspended until further notice between Lansdowne Road and Dunleary due to an issue with the overhead lines between Booterstown and Blackrock. Staff en route, update to follow. So there you go, that is the latest on the dart and the fact that there is no dart, and that's why we have no James here today. It's alright, we'll make him do it again. Well, a maiden meant that I didn't miss much whilst that over was taking place. And now with just 5 overs to go, Pembroke just 4 runs away from that psychological mark of 50. Bronwyn Boyd all set, bat raised. Swing at the bat. She got back in time. It was tight, but she was back in time. Do you want me to take that away because it's white chocolate? Coney then from the nursery end. Oh, nicely played by Boyd, keeping her out. This one sliding down the leg side, enough to bring another run. I hope you're joining me in this tension-filled moment as we see if Pembroke can make it to 50 runs before they lose their wickets. Bronwyn Boyd doing very well there. Practicing her straight defensive shot. Sammy the Seagull makes his way behind mid-on. Traditional to call 4. Bronwyn Boyd. One more ball to come in the over. And Boyd gets bat on it. It will run round the corner. Whaley will call her through. And from the last ball of the over, Pembroke move on to 49 for 7 from 16. And Hannah Lee picks up another wicket, the 8th wicket to fall, and it is Bronwyn Boyd. She falls for 2 with the score on 49 for 8, but she's done a good job. And together, well, they came together with the score on 39, and she departs with the score on 40. 49. Ugh. Just enough to take that leg stump, the line forcing the bat away from the stumps, and she ended up then in a pretty difficult position. And look how well those bowling figures look. 2 for 9, 3 for 11, 2 for 12 and 1 for 8. My goodness, it's going well for Clontarf. Whaley still there. She's on 7. Captain's discussing something. Little Whaley then at the non-striker's end. Here's her on the gloves. Lee looking for a third. Of that there is no doubt. It was the third over, the fourth over and the fifth over that saw 4 wickets falling. That really did rip the heart out of the Pembroke innings. Really looking for any chance to get down to the other end. I can assure you that isn't Lucy Robinson. Another one getting past the bat. 49 for 8. Well, if nothing else, Pembroke know that Clontarf are going to need a half-century. As a collective effort, that is. This one played out on the leg side. Whaley says no. And that is the end of the over. Another wicket maiden. 49 for 8 for Clontarf now. As Lee picks up her second of the day. Her figure's now 2 for 12. Doing very well. $49 for 8 after 17. 3 overs to go. Looks like another change of bowling. And there is the half-century, and how fitting it's brought up by a wide. Hasn't been the greatest batting performance by a Pembroke side today. Becky Gallagher, certainly the lead scorer with her 15. But she was the 5th wicket to fall. And in fact, the tail have done very well to get the score up to that half-century mark. That's a good ball. It's through the defences and crashes into the stumps, and that is the end of Whaley. 9 down. Marissa Whaley's defiant lower order innings comes to an end. She scored 7, the score 50 for 8. And Strang picks up her first wicket with her 3rd legitimate delivery. And it's just on the stumps. And it gets past the bat. Nothing else behind it. And crashes into the stumps. Nine wickets down now. 50 runs on the board. Last in now. Another wide. Second in the over. First half of the over went wide, dot, dot, wicket. Is she going to do the same again? That's nicely played away, fielded well. Live scoring having trouble catching up or keeping up at the moment. I'm sure they'll be with us in a moment. The score, however, scoreboard also slipping a little behind. Nicely played away. And she gets through for a single. Excellent stuff from the number 11. And that is the end of the over. Oh, gets in just about. Ten and 11 at the crease now. Another good hit out onto the leg side. No run on this occasion. That one beats the keeper as well. They're going to try and take a run. And they get there safely. That will be signalled as a no ball. And a bye.
For a minute I thought he was going to signal a free hit, and I thought that's changed.
Yeah, it'll be the first time you see that in women's thirds. Nice shot, nicely fielded. Well, that one's going a little bit wide down the leg side. Another run to the total. All this would be of great assistance to Pembroke. Yeah. Yep. Now can we get as far as 60? The trouble is I don't know, because live scoring's ground to a halt, and so is the scoreboard. Shot! Lovely shot round square leg. It's almost a shame there's a boundary rider there. Deserved more than just the single. Nicely played. Another run onto the total. Live scoring making an effort to get back up to date. And she's taken the wicket. It's been dragged back on. 10 down. Pembroke all out in the 18th over. And we'll find out what the score was. But Clontarf will feel that is a job well done. And here is the wicket to close the innings. It's a little bit wide, but takes the inside edge of the bat, and that's clipped back onto the leg stump, and that's the end of the innings. And Pembroke have reached the heady heights of 50-something all out. You can see on the screen, you can see them trying, and they keep going back a ball and then forward a ball, and it has to be W there as well. 53 all out. So the target for Clontarf will be the heady heights of 54, like the club. But we're going to take a short break here and use the facilities.
Emma doesn't do it. She does it for us, I think. Yeah, it's not. I know. Is that Origins? Yeah. Alright. Oh, they finished the cricket match.
I'm sorry about that. Hey Amanda, how are you? It was a good ball. You know, this is like similar to my actual place. I don't know.
Well, as you see from your screen, it's not the most satisfying innings from a Pembroke point of view. All out for 58 in the 19th over. P. Cooney taking the final wicket. Target of 59 for Clontarf. They've got 20 overs to get there. A required rate of exactly 3 and over. Now, the information we're looking for. Field being set. Seagull pigeon landing just off the mat, wisely making its way away from the mat. Susie Whaley then to open the bowling, as Pembroke do their best now to defend this total of 58. Better ball from Whaley on this occasion. Erskine just playing it into her pads and it runs out slightly on the offside. Susie Whaley, part of a cricketing family. Uncle Emmett, captain here for a number of years. Back in the day. I'm sure Bill captained the first two at some stage. And of course, the patriarch of the family, Merv Whaley, still turning out for the Silver Foxes. This one, big swing of the bat, nearly through to the stumps. Well, it's a good start for Whaley, 4 dot balls. We saw Blake earlier on open the bowling and now also opening the batting. Neve Jennings getting everything behind that. Five dots in a row. First runs off the bat, spoils the maiden. That's the end of the first over. Susie Whaley with a good one. Just the 1 run coming from it. 1 without loss. And Clontarf are underway in their pursuit of 59 for victory. Still 58 required from 19 overs. And that run rate is crept up from 3.00 to 3.05. That's out.
It's a round thing. It's a round thing, as the parents said. It's a round thing.
Neve Jennings removing her jumper, already finding that keeping wicket is a bit warmer than she thought. Becca Gallagher now will bowl from the St John's end. Becca, who was top scorer in that first innings. Becca Gallagher to open her account. And Erskine, having taken that single in the first over, retains the strike, and Blake still without facing a single delivery. Erskine showing a bit of circumspect respect for the bowling of Becca Gallagher. Becca, who's been bowling here at Pembroke Oh, she used to be a little quicker, that's for sure. But she certainly works with guile now. Run rate now since we started has gone up by 0.11. And the first wicket, Becca Gallagher with the softest appeal for LBW, picks it up, gets it, and that's the end of Erskine, and the first wicket falls. 1 for 1. Becca Gallagher picking up an LBW. Well, Erskine perhaps can count herself a little bit unfortunate. I thought that maybe, just maybe, and I'm not there and I'm not in line, but that may have pitched outside leg. But the umpire agreed with the bowler's request, polite request, and gave the wicket. And Clontarf now 1 for 1 in the second over. Across the front, oh.
Finally going to let you bat, are they? I said I wouldn't bat. I was feeling good now.
So Gallagher has picked up a wicket with her third delivery. Pembroke in this game, and the required run rate now, pi. Just a 2.
Okay.
Afternoon. Big swing at one going down the leg side. Neve Jennings prevents it running for byes. It's another dot ball. One ball remaining in the second over. A successful over for Gallagher and Pembroke. No ball, and there's going to be a run out, surely. You can be run out off a no ball. Second wicket falls with the score on 2 for 2. And at the end of the second over, Malahide find themselves 1 for 2. A hugely successful over for Gallagher and also for Pembroke. 2 wickets down, and perhaps, just perhaps, there's hope here for Pembroke. Batsman had hit it, came running. The non-striker had not left the ground until the ball had left Gallagher's hand. Jennings making absolutely sure and runs her out by yards, and that's the end of that wicket. And O'Toole departs, having faced just 2 deliveries, or 3 deliveries, and then run out. New bat in now. We'll give the live scorers a moment to get themselves settled. And Becca Gallagher to finish out her over with one that just comes off the hat. Oh, there's the run out again, Niall showing. But I can tell you the run was taken from the final ball of the over. And the score now 2 for 2. Look at that, no ball wicket. Run out on a no ball. Sorry, 3 for 2. New batsman now, Hannah Lee. Sees one down the leg side, swings on it. No, it was actually Blake who was the out-bat. This one played away. Becca Gallagher herself will do the fielding. Much better ball from Whaley on this occasion. On the stumps, just where you want it to be. Very wide, reach for, so wide that even Anna Beale gives that. And are so kind-hearted to bowlers of all teams. O'Toole and Lee, the pair in for Clontarf now. Oh, good ball. Oh, I think she's safe. Another run onto the score. Out the front. There's too many wires here. Eight ball over here for Whaley. No runs coming off the bat. And that concludes the third over. Score has moved on 7 for 2. And unsurprisingly, it'll be Becca Gallagher to continue from the St John's end. Madeleine O'Dwyer keeping us up to date with the dart news. No, you're absolutely right, Abetta tomorrow. You don't often see a run out on a no ball, but today we have. Thank you to all of those who have contacted us on the live chat. It's a good time to... Oh, if she plays one round to leg, there'll be a run there. Marissa Whaley does the fielding down at the clubhouse. Yes, the next broadcast here on Pembroke Cricket Live is likely to be Pembroke's thirds on the Saturday, weather permitting. Niall reckons that the weather is going to be particularly atrocious. Another accurate ball from Gallagher, just played away. Niall, I'd almost move the Dougals more in front of me and it will stop people going through. A little bit of field adjustment from Gallagher. This one down the leg side again. Whipped around the corner. Whaley's after it, but her colleague gets it in first and keeps it to just a single. Less than 50 required now. Yeah, that will do it.
Where's the Dacia Duster?
Nicely played away on the offside. It's placed between two fielders. So they'll come through for the single. Nice play from Lee. Just taking the singles here and there. Still 98 deliveries to get these 48 runs. Pembroke need wickets. Another one drifts onto leg, pulled around the corner again. Another single taken. Another good bit of fielding in the outfield. Keeps it to 1. Plenty of noise around the tag rugby behind me. The wind is not as bad tonight as it has been recently. And Sammy the seagull has come down for a bite to eat. He's obviously attracted by the smell of pizza from earlier on. 4 overs gone. The score now 12 for 2. And these two, well, starting to put on a bit of a partnership. Susie Whaley will continue for her third. Just sort of went out. Santa Claus is back in town. Joe Prendergast carrying all sorts of goodies. Neve Jennings trying to get a lid back on. This one slipping past keeper and backstop and goes to long backstop where Becky Gallagher returns it to somewhere in the middle. Oh, a dart going past. Have they fixed the problem? Is this what it is? It does say Bray on it. See you on Saturday, Sahil. See you on Saturday. Well, I'm sure to bring it up again. I'm on mute there now.
Oh, okay. We need a score. We need a score. Can you please score?
Is Graham?
Somebody? No, Graham said no. It's not available.
Becca?
An Oscar. Nick is away. Nick was my first call, yeah. Nick and Sean. Sean is away. He's available Sunday, but not Saturday.
Anna Beale, who's on playing at the moment, can also score.
Cool. I'll bring those two.
But I tried Becca first.
Cool. Thank you. They're at home anyway.
I can do it from here. Just 2 byes so far for Jennings. Why does she keep taking her helmet off now? A second small delay for Neve Jennings. 14 for 2. 27 deliveries gone. Susie Whaley. Jennings this time getting down behind it. Go right round the front. I'm going to get one of those electric tennis rackets, you know, the ones you do for fly swatting. Just outside the off stump. Just a bit outside. Yep. Just a gun. You're grand, but you have to go across the front. This one thudding into the pads, going down the leg side. See you soon, Skip.
See you.
And that's the end of Whaley's over. Just the two buys. And it's Valentine's Day, 14-2. The thing about Becca Gallagher is if they want to score runs from her, they're the ones who've got to put the energy into the ball. Doesn't travel down to the far end with a huge amount of momentum. It means if you want to score runs, you've got to hit it. This one sliding past the edge of the bat into the hands of the prone, or knees Jennings. You'd almost think that Neve would be better off with the pads on her upper legs than her lower legs, because she crashes down onto them. These two now put on 12, equaling the highest partnership that Pembroke had in their innings. And again, one down the leg side is pulled around the corner. Marissa Whaley does the fielding. No. Becca Gallagher receiving encouragement. 2 dots and a single. The run rate required, saying very consistent. It will come down under 3 now.
I just saw Eli heading that way.
The run rate required exactly as it was at the start of the innings. Lee and O'Toole doing a good job here for Clontarf, just steadying the ship. Hoping to see off the openers. It'll be interesting to see how many they bowl. This one again down the leg side, again pulled away, and that is the first boundary of the Clontarf innings. And a super shot. Takes it into the hedge in front of the bar. And that's the first boundary of the Clontarf innings. And that ball, well, let's put it this way, the bat wouldn't be too upset to see that happen again. Score has moved on to 20, just 39 required now. And that run rate coming down by a quarter of a run on the basis of that one boundary. This one played away on the offside. There's yes and no's. Ash Carthy, though, gets it back quickly to the bowler. The end of the over, 6 coming from it. The score has moved on to 20 for 2. And Pembroke, well, they need wickets. There's going to be a change of bowling now. Susie Whaley has finished her 3 for the moment. Becca Gallagher, I suspect, has also finished her 3. We'll see who comes on now. Well, cricket is full of many unique actions. And Anna Sims has her own style. I do like the way she holds up her left arm. Seems to be wanting to stop traffic. But it keeps her balanced, and that's the thing. Oh, that one. Signal to wide. Tough time to come when you first start bowling on the adult teams. Much better ball from Sims, goes through to Jennings despite the swipe of Lee. Hannah Lee looking to get hold of that one. .22 for 2. Again, on the pads, is played away quite safely, and that's another one that reaches the boundary again. Clontarf bench delighted with the shot. 4 more for Lee. She's moved on to 12. Just 3 short of the highest score in the game so far. And Clontarf closing in on the halfway mark in their chase. It's going along nicely at 4 and over. That's a much better ball coming back in on the stumps, took the inside edge of the bat, but got enough of the bat that it didn't carry on. Instead squirted out on the leg side. Just dragging it down a little bit. I have a feeling that the ball is too firmly in her hand. Needs to be held by the fingers. It's tough when you've hands that won't wrap around the ball like a lumberjack. Oh, this one goes too far the other way. Another wide. All these adding up for Clontarf. 28 on the board, 31 required. Nicely played again. That's the ball that Sims wants to be bowling at the second set of stumps. Outside off, but not too far. 5 balls gone in the over. And in fact, that is over. 7 gone, 28 for 2. A good over for Clontarf. 8 runs coming from it, including the first boundary of the innings hit by Hannah Lee round on the leg side. Picked up on a loose delivery and put it away. And the previous over, there was the first 4. So 2 fours in this innings. Pembroke managed 4 in their entire total of 58 all out in the 19th over. And now Bronwyn Boyd. Lovely bit of fielding. Kate Dillon doing fabulous work there. Oh, this one, unfortunately, is going to be signalled wide. Live scoring, just needing a moment to catch up. How was that? That's worth asking. Given not out, I think there was an appeal somewhere on the field. It may have been Ash Carthy. The young ladies are just far too polite to inquire of the umpire. Oh, pulled away on the off the side as well, a third wide. Better delivery, played away on the offside. They look for the run and they will pick it up quite handily. Well fielded by Boyd. Breaking that run of wides. Another good ball. This time Jennings, well, footballs it out over to Gallagher. Just 2 wickets down, past halfway now. This time they decide not to take the run. Dot ball for Boyd. And now the final ball of the 8th over. Tucked away on the leg side. Kate Dillon again with the fielding. Nice bit of fielding back to the bowler's end. That is the end of the over. 33 for 2. 5 coming from that one. Well, these two really settling into their job now. They came together when the score was 2 for 2. They've now taken it on to 33 for 2.
They ended up keeping the appeal.
Yeah. I've seen them turn down before. You were batting left and right-handed?
Yeah, I don't know what I am.
Amphibious.
The swinger.
Oh, this one just evading, oh, the bat and crashing into leg stump. And it's a wicket for Sims in her 2nd over. And the delight of her teammates and the big beaming smile on her face tells you that she has brought that stand to an end. 34 for 3. And that partnership comes to an end. 32 they put on together. But now Sims has the breakthrough. And Hannah has to depart. Just came in. I thought that had hit a pad and run away, but no, it had hit the stump and saw the end of her innings. So 3 down then, 34 on the board, just 25 needed, and well, overs aren't the problem. 70 deliveries in which to get those 25 runs at a run rate of 2.14. This one swept away onto the leg side, but again, Kate Dillon not letting much get past her. Throw with enthusiasm. 3 down, 34 on the board. Pembroke were 16 for 3. And at the same stage, Pembroke were actually 33 for 6. So, despite the wickets falling, this game not over yet. This one slides down the leg side. Anna Beale says, if I can see grass, it's a wide. And so often with James and with Graham, we've spoken about the wasted resource, the wasted runs that bowling wides gives us. Oh, Well, that's a much better ball, but it's swept away to the leg side. Swept off middle, I would suggest. The boundary rider gets it back into Jennings. And it's just a single despite travelling all the way to the fence. Across the front.
I was bowling for 2 hours, bro. What do you think I was doing? You were batting for some of that. I mean, you were just checking it in.
Sims coming in from the nursery end. Graham Mooney behind her.
I was batting to back.
And it's in the air, and it lands safely. Gallagher returns it quickly. It's just a single, but a chance. It was in the air. Just no fielder in place. Good over this from Sims. She's picked up her first wicket. And she'll remember that for, well, a couple of hours at least. Another good ball to finish out the over. Again played out on the leg side, and Kate Dillon sets off after it. She has it, passes it to a teammate, and the big throw comes in, and it's just another single. 5 coming from the over, including the wide, and the 1 wicket to fall. Sims collecting her first. 9 overs gone then, 38 for 3. There is a current run rate of 4.22, and the required run rate now, well, it's under 2. Pembroke needs to take wickets and in bunches. Bromer and Boyd to continue from the St John's end. Oh, a nice evening. I mean, I know there's no sun and there's too much cloud, but the wind dying down makes such a difference to the temperature. That one played away down to third. They call yes, they call no. It's a no ball because it bounced twice before it got down the far end. Well, it's better all round. It may also have been a wide, but Sophie Lawless played it round the corner into the kneeling figure of Niamh Jennings. It ends up being a dot ball. Just 20 runs required now. Sammy the Seagull on the ground. Better delivery. I know where it all is. Niall tucking into the tuck bag, getting his supply of sugar to get him through the rest of this game. That one played away nicely on the offside, but the fielder is in tight. There's no run there. It's another dot ball for Boyd. She's settling into a bowling spell now. I think feeling it's not the first over. Better delivery on the stumps, played around the corner, taken off middle really. Nice bit of fielding in the deep. And another run. 1 to come.
I thought you wanted like bouncer fight. No, I should have fixed the stuff. I did though. You were saying that the other day.
Oh, just the shavings away from clipping the off stump. Good over from Boyd. 2 overs now, 7 runs conceded, 2 just in that last over. And at the halfway stage, Clontarf, well, they should be in control. 40 for 2, just 19 more runs required and 10 overs in which to get them. You see what I mean? Yeah. Let's not push it while my legs are underneath it, please. But as I say, it's just a nail and hammer job. First bowler just let it run over a foot and run away, and they get through for the single, and that's good running from Lawless. Brings O'Toole back on strike. Sims into a third over now. This one played away on the offside. Ash Carthy makes sure that no single is taken there. Well, you would think that Clontarf are very much in the box seat. Should get home handily enough. That one coming back in. Oh, Ash Carthy lets it come through. Good work by Susie Whaley in the deep, keeping it to a single, and in fact nearly looking for the run out. Clouds getting darker on the underneath, the sunbeams less frequent around. If there were no clouds, it would be lovely and bright now, even at this time of evening. Where are we? 25 to 9. Round the corner and back in.
I'm fine with this weather.
Always prefer a bit of heat and sunshine. It's amazing. I love the heat so much, and then I spend my summer under a gazebo. This one a bit wide, but played out in the offside. It'll be a dot ball as a result. These two came together with the score on 34. They've added 9 and have done so quite quickly. Run rate just under 4. Nicely played away this time on the offside. They decided to take it on the fielder. And just confusion. Nobody actually at the stumps, but plenty of people in the vicinity. It's the end of the over. 4 coming from it. 44 for 3 after 11. Exactly 4 and over. 15 from 9. As always, we thank all of you who have tuned in tonight. We hope you're enjoying this women's thirds clash. Swung away on the leg side. Susie Whaley gets a hand down to it and does stop it. And saves a certain 3 runs there. Into the 12th over now. And this one just drifting across onto the legs and pulled beautifully into the leg side. Susie Whaley, equal to the task, got a foot behind her hand, and a combination of both stopped it, and then had the wherefore to get it back to the keeper. Boyd again, and again this time swept. Countdown now, getting close to single figures. Becca Gallagher cheering up her troops. Oh. Tough game for these girls, but as long as they enjoyed it, that is the main reason we do this, is for the fun. Certainly not for the prize money. Another one on the leg side, this time really pulled away quite nicely, and it reaches the boundary, and that is a 3rd boundary in this Clontarf innings. As I said, Pembroke managed 4 in theirs. just sat up. And we've seen how prolific O'Toole is to the leg side already. And there she just emphasises it, dumps it into the hedge. Back to live action. This time missing the one down the leg side. O'Toole now joint highest scorer of the match with Gallagher. That's a good call. Onto it straight away. Saw the ball was going into space and took the single. Just 7 more required. Again, out to the leg side. The Whaleys do the job of protecting the clubhouse. It's the end of the over. The score has moved on to 53 for 3. And where Pembroke had hope after the second over when Clontarf were 2 for 2, that hope has been extinguished now by a stand of 32 and a stand of, well, 19. And that, when you're only chasing 59 for victory, that very often will get you quite close. 6 required from 8 overs, 48 deliveries. And it's a change of bowling at the nursery end. Sims finishing up for the moment, but she's collected her wicket for tonight. Nicely played away in the offside. They'll just take the single. And they're going to take a second because the only backing up was out on the boundary, and that enables them to get through for a second. Nia Whaley following in the illustrious footsteps of her sister. And just 4 required. And this one goes through Jennings. Full toss, played away. Dot ball. The end may be nigh, but it's been delayed. There will be a boss replacement, I'm sure. Oh, this one goes wide, and it's played away. Becca Gallagher does the fielding on the 45. Score 56 for 3, and just 3 more runs required. Shot out to the onside boundary. Another single. 1 behind the Pembroke score now. 7 wickets in hand. And the scores are tied. Clontarf need 1 more for victory. End of the over, 13 gone, 58 for 3. And to bowl the final over, which I suspect it will be, Ash Carthy. Scores are tied at the moment.
I don't think you can take, well, I suppose you could time someone out to take 7 wickets for no runs and an over.
Oh, it's set plenty of overs. Scores are tied. Ash Carthy now charged with securing Pembroke passable tie. That one played straight back to the bowler. Fields her own. Starts with a dot ball. This is good bowling from Ash Carthy. 2 dots. They've been right up there in the block hole. This one takes a top edge round the corner, goes to Marissa Whaley. They run through for the single, and that is enough for Clontarf. 59 for 3 in 13.3. And it's been quite a comprehensive performance from the word go. Once Pembroke lost Susie Whaley in the 3rd over, then it was wicket in the 4th, another wicket in the 4th, wicket in the 5th, wicket in the 6th, wicket in the 9th, 12th, 17th, 18th and 19th. 58 all out for Pembroke. I'm not going to show you the cards. I'm not even going to show you the worm. But there was a lot of potential in that Pembroke team, speaking from a Sydney parader. I liked Sims and Boyd's actions, bowlers in the future. Becca Gallagher using her guile and experience, bowled very well. And Susie Whaley, well, she just looked a class apart, especially with ball in hand. Unfortunate with the bat today. Becca Gallagher top scoring there for Pembroke with 15, but Clontarf, Hannah Lee doing a good job for them tonight. The bowlers all sharing them. I'm sure the bowlers will be looking up on the Cricket Leinster website to see what their stats were tonight. But from me, with my coat back on because the sun's gone and it's getting chilly, I will say thank you so much for joining us. I hope you join us again on Saturday. Pembroke thirds are at home to watch the rain come down, and then on Sunday we have the Leinster Senior Cup quarter-final between ourselves and... oh, I know the answer to this, but I don't. Who is playing in the cup?
I'm going to get it wrong.
On Sunday.
Sunday, Senior Cup. Leinster.
Well, I don't know who the opposition is, but Pembroke are playing in the Leinster Senior Cup. It's the quarter-finals, it's at home, and it's on Pembroke Cricket Live. We hope you join us for that. We hope you enjoyed tonight's presentation, and it appears that trains are running through again. So from me, thank you very much and good night.